Yes.
Anybody not a Cavanaughs? Anyone?
Yeah, I'm not a Cavanaughs.
Who related to that? So I'm the only one not a Cavanaughs. Okay. So I'll have to be very careful. So you're all very welcome to Ferns. My name is Dermot. I'm half a Burn, and Burns are ancient allies of Cavanaughs.
You're allowed in.
This castle is 800 years old. The Normans built it originally, and it took them 25 years between 1199 and 1224. Originally it had 4 towers, there's only 2 of them left. This one's broken in half. There would have been 2 more behind, and they would have been all connected, so it was a big square castle. Would have all been whitewashed, would have really stood out on the landscape back then. Outside of that, there would have been a big wall surrounding the castle. None of that is left now, so we don't know how big it was. These would be the castle grounds. So the Normans invaded Ireland around 1169. They built castles like this all over the country. There's about 3,500 Norman remains of Norman castles all over Ireland. So before the Normans invaded Ireland, there was a big wooden castle on that spot surrounded by a stone wall. Ferns was the ancient capital of Leinster. We used to be really important. The King of Leinster lived in Ferns. The last King of Leinster was called, living here, in the wooden castle, Dermot MacMurrough. Okay, so Dermot MacMurrough, I'm not going to give an opinion on Dermot MacMurrough. we'll say Dermot MacMurrough, he was fierce, he was power hungry, but that was the same as all the other kings back then. So, you know, he was a product of his time, but he was always fighting with the other kings. He was nothing like the lovely Dermots in Ferns now. Dermot MacMurrough, he was King of Leinster for 40-something years, made a lot of enemies. Tiernan O'Rourke was his biggest enemy. They fought many times. A lot of it was over a woman, these things usually are. Dervagilla, they both liked her. I don't know who she was for, but you know, it all ended for Dermot in a big battle, and he was defeated. He lost all of his kingdom, stripped of his titles, and banished. They didn't kill Dermot, but they told him to leave and not come back. So he made a big decision. He wanted his kingdom of Leinster back, but he had no friends left in Ireland. So he set sail, he went to England and invited the Normans to Ireland. So he went and met King Henry II in the north of France. Most of you probably know all this, but you know, I'll tell everybody in case you don't.
Dermot will give a little corrector version in a minute.
So wrong, so bad.
Tiernan O'Rourke was a psychopath.